I want to talk about, you mentioned tariffs, and obviously that's been a news headline for, gosh, we're coming upon a year because it was April of last year that this really started impacting markets. But we just had a Supreme Court ruling that is potentially changing the landscape or impacting maybe what we see moving forward. Talk to me a little bit about where that fits into the overall financial picture.
Sure. Let's go back to last year, almost a year ago, not quite, is April 2nd, which Trump referred to as Liberation Day. I think the only thing that liberated people was from their wallets for about a month. The market sold off pretty aggressively. The markets were almost down 20%, but then it rebounded. Everybody kind of got their footing. Everybody took a deep
Yeah.
breath. What do these tariffs actually mean? In the end, it's a tariff, which is basically a tax, whether the importer's paying it, the consumer's paying it, or the exporter's paying it. So there is some kind of tax. It's a matter of who's paying it. So the market basically kind of evaluated what tariffs were going to be. They're pretty aggressive, right? Because there's a thing called the effective tariff rate. Prior to Trump's presidency, we're at about 2.5%. He made the announcements that jumped up almost to 20-some%. That's a tenfold jump, something you haven't seen in over 100 years. So that's why the market sold off pretty aggressively. Everybody took a deep breath, said, okay, can corporations handle these tariffs? Can consumers handle these tariffs? And the answer last year was yes, they can. It means individuals are paying a little bit more. Hopefully we're getting some benefit from some trade deals, maybe some onshoring of jobs, things like that aren't necessarily in the numbers yet, but they're on the come. So markets did well last year. Now we get to come into this year's, like you just mentioned last week, was the overturn of the Trump tariffs. So basically they didn't overturn all of them, but about 60% of the tariffs that were in place were deemed illegal. So they have to roll those off. So, and the funny thing is the market reaction was kind of muted. And the reason why it was muted, because I think it was about the probability creeped up to about 70% that the tariffs were going to get rolled off.